Good morning, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Monday, February 24th, 2020. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Before we get started, this is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. Please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Let's check and see where we left off at the market on Friday, and then we'll take a look at the futures. So you can see we closed in the trend box here, and we talked about last night on the free YouTube live stream. We talked about volume as being an important concept for what the big money is doing, right? And you can't really see it here on the SPX, but we'll take a look at the SPY here and see that as well we were in the trend box too, and we did close below Thursday's low, and we did have a lot of volume too. That shows that there was some potential interest here to the short side. But again, a lot of times when you see this stuff and we're in the trend box or the trend box shifts down, and like we had here, you had a lower shadow, it's okay to stand at the sidelines and just go in cash, right? So it's definitely very risky to go long, but it's also risky to go short. We just happen to be down today like 75 points so far on the ES, but it was better than being down 90 like it was a little bit ago. We'll take a look at that in a moment here. So in fact, let's pull it up right now. So let's pull up the 15-minute chart here on the S&P futures. So you can see down 75 points. This is one of the biggest down moves we've seen in a while, but they did decide to buy the dip here at 32.41. Now let's see what kind of strength that gets into today, right? So if they do decide to buy this thing, we could see some epic reversals today for sure. But we just have to see how they decide to position that this morning. So here we are, right at the downward trend line here from the closing area on Friday. So let's see if we can get above that and build above that. Give us a trend box, break out of the trend box, get over these levels here, and then try to work to fill the gap. Again, this market, guys, it's weak right now, and there's a lot of fear in it from coronavirus, but it doesn't mean that the plunge protection team and whoever is behind the scenes at buying the dip is not going to aggressively buy this thing up. So we'll continue to monitor it both ways, and obviously be cautious either way, and use our strategies intraday. So let's take a look and see what's happening here this morning. So of course, Apple is down this morning. Just like just about everything here, but it's giving a pretty decent recovery. Now this kind of started the whole thing last week, right? Last Sunday, where they're already reducing their revenue guidance based on the coronavirus. So let's see if that can get any strength, because they've already put their stuff out there, right? So unless things get worse, right? Now it's interesting to see Tesla down below it. Basically, it tagged the closing gap here pre-market. Obviously, it only counts in the open market, but it's still very interesting right here. So it tagged a key level. Tesla should be one to keep an eye on too, because it likes to go inverse of the market. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one today. FSLR. This is both an upgrade and a downgrade today. It's down with the rest of the market. Let's see if that gets any strength today. That could be interesting. VMC. Vulcan Material. This one got a downgrade this morning, but not too much on it. I'm actually probably going to take that one off the list. It could be interesting, but again, not very tradable here this morning. So Tilray was another one that had a downgrade, I believe, this morning, and it seems to be recovering a little bit here. DPZ had a maintain and a downgrade this morning, so that's down a little bit here. We do have Papa John's reporting this week, so let's see how this pizza competitor could be coming up this week. LB. Okay, this one's been in the news a bit recently. It had a little bit of downgrade this morning, not seeing any pre-market activity here, but that could be interesting as well. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the gold and gold miners today. NEM has been one of the better ones to trade, right? That and GDX, and keep an eye on this one right here, and it's up pre-market. Let's see if we can get over the pre-market highs today. W seems to be the big one here. Got a downgrade from Morgan Stanley this morning, and that is gapping down significantly here. Let's see what kind of action that gets today. This has been on our bearish radar a lot recently, right? We had some big down moves here. It hit our scans and gave a huge opportunity on the 13th. So let's see if that downgrade today, let's see what they do with it, right? It's got earnings coming up. Perhaps they're just kind of push this thing down before earnings, so it gives an opportunity for it to go up. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. GILD. This is one that's actually up pre-market. So had a huge amount of call activity coming through on Friday, and a big candle, right? And it's getting some actually nice follow through this morning on it, which is pretty amazing. So gapping up this morning here pretty decently, about like 2 points or so. So definitely keep an eye on GILD today. PANW. This was down significantly this morning too. Well, not very much volume here on it, but it did have a down move this morning, I believe, just on general volume. And then WDC. This one was down too. So keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on the semis today. Keep an eye on everything. But again, we're gonna be watching Tesla today. See if it gives an epic reversal. Also see if they decide to really buy the dip on this one today, to give the bears a real run for their money. And we'll see how it goes. I hope everybody has a wonderful day today. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.